If you believe that the great book of history has already been written, its chapters closed and its narratives finalized, you need to watch this. Because in the highlands and along the coast of the Horn of Africa, the earth itself is turning the page. Here, in the modern nation of Eritrea, forgotten cities are emerging from the dust and mist, their stones whispering stories that challenge the established record. These are not just footnotes or minor corrections. They are entire chapters of human achievement, trade, and faith that were lost to time, waiting to be rediscovered. For centuries, the dominant historical accounts of this region were written by outsiders, focusing on the great empires that surrounded it. But the landscapes of Eritrea hold a different truth, one etched into rock and buried beneath the soil. This is a land that wasn't just a periphery, but a center in its own right. This is a place where empires, cultures, and ideas collided, creating a unique synthesis that shaped the ancient world. From sprawling highland metropolises to bustling Red Sea ports, Eritrea hides ruins that rewrite what we thought we knew about the networks of antiquity. This is where mystery collides with evidence, and where the past is still very much alive. Our journey begins high above the clouds, on a vast plateau more than 2,500 meters above sea level. This is the site of Qohaito. Once a thriving city within the powerful Aksumite kingdom, Qohaito was a marvel of urban planning and engineering. Its location was strategic, overlooking the trade routes that connected the Red Sea coast with the fertile highlands. Walking here feels like stepping into a blueprint of the ancient world. You can trace the outlines of temples, palaces, and residential quarters. You can still see its stone streets, worn smooth by the passage of countless feet, carts, and caravans over 1,000 years ago. But the city's most impressive feature is a testament to its inhabitants' ingenuity. This is the Saphira Dam, a massive ancient dam carved from living rock. This structure wasn't just for water storage, it was the lifeblood of the city, enabling large-scale agriculture in a challenging environment and supporting a significant population. It speaks to a society with a deep understanding of hydrology and a long-term vision for their community. The ruins here are tied to a vast network of commerce, including trade with the Himyarite kingdom across the Red Sea in modern-day Yemen. Not far from Qohaito lie other urban centers that add more layers to the story. Welcome to Matara. This city was another key node in the Aksumite network, and its ruins are profoundly evocative. The most famous landmark here is a unique stele, an obelisk over 5 meters tall inscribed in the ancient Ge'ez script. The inscription is a dedication, a declaration of Christian faith from the 4th century, marking the city's place in the early history of Christianity in Africa. The symbol at its peak, a disc and crescent, is a pre-Christian motif, showing a fascinating transition of belief systems. Nearby, the site of Keskise reveals yet another dimension of this highland civilization. Here, archaeologists have uncovered a field of smaller, simpler stelae and the foundations of large, elite compounds. It's believed that Keskise may have been a necropolis or a residential area for the noble classes connected to Matara. Together, these sites paint a picture of a complex, stratified society with distinct urban, religious, and residential zones, all interconnected and thriving. While cities of commerce rose and fell on the plateau, another kind of civilization was taking root in the most inaccessible reaches of the Eritrean highlands. Here, faith found a fortress in the sky. To understand this part of Eritrea's soul, you must climb. You climb to Debre Bizen, a monastery founded in the 14th century, perched precariously on a mountaintop. The journey itself is an act of devotion, a steep ascent that has been made by pilgrims for over 600 years. You climb to Debre, Libanos, one of the country's oldest monasteries, carved directly into a sandstone cliff. These are not just places of worship. They are libraries in the clouds, monasteries clinging to cliffs, built as sanctuaries to protect a faith and its knowledge from the turmoil of the world below. Inside these remote sanctuaries, monks have spent centuries guarding manuscripts and preserving a continuous tradition of faith. They have meticulously copied and protected priceless gospels and theological texts, many written in the ancient Ge'ez language. These collections represent an unbroken intellectual and spiritual lineage stretching back to the earliest days of Christianity in Africa. From the spiritual heights of the highlands, we descend to the shimmering coast of the Red Sea. Here, buried beneath layers of sand and coral, lie the whispers of Adulis. For centuries, Adulis was one of the most important ports in the ancient world, the primary gateway for the Aksumite kingdom to the bustling trade networks of the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean. Roman, Greek, and Egyptian sailors knew this port well. It was mentioned in the 1st century text, the Periplus of the Erythraean Sea, as a major hub for the export of ivory, tortoiseshell, and rhinoceros horn. Adulis whispers of ships arriving from distant lands. It speaks of spices from India, silk from the East, and wine from the Mediterranean. Archaeological finds here include Aksumite, Roman, and South Arabian pottery, confirming its role as a cosmopolitan crossroads. This was a place for traders from worlds away, a melting pot where goods, languages, and ideas were exchanged, fueling the wealth and power of the empires it served. From the engineered cities of the high plateau to the sacred monasteries in the cliffs, and down to the cosmopolitan port of Adulis, the story of ancient Eritrea is one of remarkable diversity and sophistication. These sites are not isolated curiosities. They are interconnected pieces of a grand, complex puzzle. They challenge what we thought we knew about the flow of power, trade, and faith in the ancient world. They prove that this region was not a passive recipient of culture, but an active and influential creator of it. And what we have seen is just the beginning. Much of this history still lies buried, waiting for the work of archaeologists and historians to continue. The story is still being written, and it requires our attention and respect. Dive deeper into this hidden history. Support the preservation of these irreplaceable World Heritage Sites so that their stories can be told for generations to come. And most importantly, allow these discoveries to inspire you to